let me ask you, I mean, you have an incredible body of work, but one of the studies that, of course, has almost become a classic, I hope you're not uncomfortable with being made into a classic already, but is the Deaux and Emswiller paper of 1974.
Actually, that was called a citation. That was decided as a citation classic, someplace in the 80s or something.
Oh, well, there you go.
So I got used to it by then.
Yeah, okay.
I wasn't used to it, at that point. Can I really be a classic already? I'm only in my 30s or something like that.
But, okay, no problem then. So tell me a little bit about the evolution of that study, sort of, how did it come to be? What has been, how did that lead to subsequent work and so on? Or why do you think it's, of all of your work, it's been made into it's a citation class?
Sometimes it's cited without even mentioning the study or me.
It's become
it's sort of in the air, everybody knows this now. It's always hard, I mean, and we're talking about going back a lot of years to where did I get this idea for a study, and I think that's often hard to pinpoint that moment, just like it's hard to pinpoint when did I become a feminist. But certainly I'd done a couple studies with, sort of just demonstrating that women weren't, I think the first study, just to backtrack a bit, the first study I sort of consciously did saying gender makes a difference was basically a replication of a study that Aronson and I can't remember who the other authors now, maybe Helmreich, had done at Texas, which was this study of to err is humanizing, I think was the subtitle on it, and it's if someone's it was a typical 2x2 kind of experimental social psychology study, and you had high competent people or low competent people, and someone spilled a cup of coffee.
So that's pratfall effect kind of stuff.
Exactly. And so the main finding was that if you have a high competent person and who spills the coffee, they become even more human because you like them, they aren't perfect. And I looked at the study, and it was male subjects and male experimenters and male targets, and the whole thing was male. And it was one of those things that, that you look at a study and it just doesn't feel right somehow. It just doesn't jive with something in your experience for this to happen. And I thought, well, what if a woman spilled coffee? I can't believe she would be liked more if she spilled the coffee. It would just be an excuse for her to be a klutz, and you could dismiss her. And so we simply replicated the study with, male and female targets and male and female judges. And indeed, the only time that you get that sort of pratfall effect was when men were judging men. And if men judged women or women judged men, it didn't happen at all.